E3 2016 is pretty much over, as we all know. All the conferences are done for this year, and we had some pretty nice reveals from pretty much everyone there. Now, one of the things, of course, we saw at Microsoft's conference is that many of their games are indeed coming to Windows 10 as well as Xbox One, of course. Now, one of the questions on a lot of people's minds is, does this mean we're going to be locked to the Windows Store like we saw with, say, Killer Instinct and other such games? Now, judging from the comments that Phil Spencer made, they are going to be shipping games on Steam once again, which is a great news for the PC gamer. Now, Phil Spencer made these comments during Giant Bomb's E3 livestream, and he said, quote, "I look at Steam today, it's on an incredible growth trajectory. It's a massive force in gaming, a positive force. I think it'll be bigger a year from now than it is today, and 5 years later it will still be bigger again. I look at Valve as an important independent software vendor for us on Windows. They are a critical part of gaming success on Windows. I don't think Valve's hurt by not having our first-party games in their store right now. They're doing incredibly well. There's going to be areas where we cooperate and there's going to be areas where we compete. The end result is better for gamers. We will ship games on Steam again." And interestingly as well, he also conceded that their track record on Windows 10 so far has been pretty mixed. For example, we heard very recently that Rise of the Tomb Raider sold pretty much most of its copies on Steam rather than Windows Store, and they seem to have recognised that, hey, they kind of messed up there, and some of their bigger titles did perform amazingly there. And he said, quote, they all haven't gone swimmingly, some of them have gone well. Forza 6 Apex did well, Quantum Break was our best PC release, Killer Instinct did well on PC, Gears of War Ultimate Edition was okay. We definitely learned there. He went on to say, quote, "I know our Quantum Break launch wasn't the best launch we had. Remedy said the same thing. We said the same thing. I wanted to do a better job with the initial launch of Quantum Break on PC. It wasn't a motivation thing. I wouldn't stand up and talk about things like Xbox Play Anywhere or show a full lineup that's coming to Windows if I was going to try and short our support there and not be all in. We will make mistakes going forward as well. It's part of being, I think, human." Now, I'm definitely pleased to hear that they're going to be shipping games to Steam once again. They have a lot of work to do with the Windows Store. If they want to make it a competitor to Steam, they have a long, long way to go in usability and everything about the store, getting rid of all that UWP nonsense. There is pretty much no reason to buy a game on the Windows Store right now, unless that is literally the only place you can get it. I've seen many people just decide to play a game on the Xbox One instead of Windows 10, if it's a Windows Store only game, if they've got an Xbox One, of course, because, well, why would they limit themselves like that on a PC game when they could just, like, play on Xbox One without all the faff? So, yeah, it's a bit better graphically, but when you've got options like, you know, VSync locked off and mods not enabled and Crossfire or SLI not enabled, it's like you're losing half the benefits of a PC game before you've even done anything. So I've seen many people express that, and in a way I don't really blame them. And I think Microsoft is recognising that, hey, if we want to make Windows more attractive to people, we need to say, look, we are going to be able to play our first-party games on Steam. And that's great, because a lot of their titles are coming out on Windows 10, like for example Scalebound, which is one of the games I'm looking forward to for next year, is coming out on Windows 10, and I was really hoping that, you know, that wouldn't mean I'm going to have to buy it on the Windows Store, and from the sounds of things it doesn't seem like that's the case, which is great news for PC gaming. I'm not saying we should never go back to the Windows Store ever, but just don't lock games there, and, you know, entice people there by having a good store. Like, look at Origin. Origin used to be absolutely dog shit, and now it's actually a really good client with a really good store, and they actually have better customer service than Valve sometimes. So that's how you get people onto your platform. And I know obviously they lock their games to their platforms, it's not quite the same thing, but that's how you make your platform attractive, by just having a really solid platform, and then you can think about, hey, we're going to make our games exclusive or whatever. For now, it's smart to work with Valve because Steam is a juggernaut in the PC gaming space, and there's not really a competitor to them, to be quite frank. So, let me know your thoughts and opinions as always, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.